Hey guys, Mike here. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, here we are doing more stuff. I got some more gym equipment. I'm gonna be breaking it in today, and I might regret it tomorrow. It's gonna suck, but welcome. All right. Actually exciting today. I got a new pendulum squat. It's actually gonna be my first time actually using it. Um, I'm excited. I'm nervous because I know that these are brutal workouts. But I'm really curious about them. I think it'd be great to have for a home gym. So if you guys learn something about them and learn how much of a fucking bitch I am. Probably gonna do a few sets without weight. Really just. Oh. My girlfriend used this last, so it's on the last hook, but. Even not having any weight on this thing is that's a challenge. I don't know, I won't say a challenge, but I'm actually I'm nervous because that was a lot harder than I expected for not having any weight on it. I can imagine the arm of it is pretty heavy. I don't remember the exact number, but it's no joke. Honestly, I think doing it without any weights is just a good warm up. Get shit firing. I do have tier lifting shoes. I specifically went with tier just because I have large feet. I wear 15s, and they do use like a bit of a wider toe box. I think it's Nike Romulus. I think that's their lifting one, and I think Reebok. I want to say Reebok runs a little more narrow, but I like these ones. These ones were the most comfortable I've tried, so I went with these. But I definitely recommend having your own pair of a nice lifting shoe or something flat. I always loved working out in Vans. Vans were great. All right, let's do another warm up. Another. We'll do a little slower. A little slower. That's a lot nicer starting up high. All right. If I could just sit. Damn, you could go far. I'm telling you guys, this feels really good, but this is gonna be brutal with a lot of weight. All right, well, let's throw on some weight, see how it goes. Part of me does kind of want to start off with a 25, be a little safer, but I'm thinking You know, I might just risk it for the biscuit here. See what a 45 feels like. All right, if you are just watching this, if you used a pendulum squat before, you know you do not need a lot of weight to get an effective workout on these. Even without any weight, it feels good. Like you feel it. So I'm not like super in depth with these machines yet, but from what I've read and what I've seen before I bought it, like it's not a machine you need a lot of weight for. It's just it's a hard one. Just the positioning of the movement, man. It's something. But let's see what we got. Also, that safety in the back, that little thing to catch the weight, is almost useless, or at least for me, because of how tall I am. But hopefully we don't have to use it. Whew. Oh, man. All right. Well, let's talk about that for a second. So, without a doubt, a challenging set. But not that bad. I say not bad, but very challenging. But guys, like if you ever have a chance to use one of these, highly recommend it. It's great. I went through Temple of Gainz is the brand, the company that manufactures them. Great brand, great quality. It feels like a piece you'd get, commercial gym stuff, but not paying the price they are. I won't say they're cheap, but comparatively to the bigger manufacturing brands, definitely cheaper. And honestly, it's worth it. That's taking me forever to catch my breath. Whew. That's a tough one. I just have to sit for a minute between those sets. That's rough. So one thing I want to talk to you guys about is I have always loved fitness stuff. I know you can't really tell from looking at me, but I have been weightlifting and just overall just into exercising, working out since high school. I was really heavy set in high school, and I kind of fluctuate a lot over the years with what weight I usually sit around at, but I'd say the past like 4 or 5 years I'm usually in the 260 to 280 mark, just heavy but fairly strong. But I've always felt the best down in my 220, 230s. I think it fits my frame pretty good. But I say that all to say that I do love watching fitness YouTubers and just learning stuff about movements and just different philosophies on all of it. If you know me, I don't know if you've seen the picture in here. I have a mountain dog photo. John Meadows, he was a big inspiration for me. So if there's any way that I can try to give back in some way, or just have fun with just making videos and sharing my journey of stuff. I say this is just something I've always loved to do, regardless on if I have much to show for it. I love doing it. It's fun. Let's get this next set underway here. Usually I try to shoot for Um, I'd say around 3 to 4 like working sets with my stuff. It really varies, but I'd say that's a usually what it sits at. I'm not here to talk to anybody about what is the 100% correct way to train or what's ideal, but in my years of doing this stuff, I find what works for me, what works for my body, for the most part anyway. I mean, I'm 6'5". I have long limbs. My knees, my hips are always kind of achy, and I do try to stay mobile and stretching and whatnot. So don't judge my chicken legs. I'm tall. All right. Also, excuse my fat guy breathing. This is hard movements. Oh, oh man. Whew. Oh man, that is rough. I'll be surprised if you guys can't hear my heartbeat through this damn microphone. Holy shit. Yeah, that's something. Oh. Try to record the next set at a different angle. See if you guys can see anything a little different, or so you guys do see something a little different. But yeah, that's challenging. I'm gonna have to mess with the foot plate a little bit more. I'm still trying to understand what the best distance, because you can move the foot plate forward and back, pretty far. I'm not sure where I should have it for me and how far tilted. Honestly, with the tilting of the foot plate, I might not even need to have these shoes with the wedge, the lifted heel. I just like these because it just you just feel really grounded wearing shoes like these. Yeah, I can feel like after using this a few times and really honing in the movement, foot positioning and just trying to understand it better, like this is a really good investment. You don't need machines like this. Okay, I'm very thankful and privileged to be where I am, space-wise, to have this. All right, I don't have a lot of money. I wish I did, but I say that to say you can really. Oh, what am I doing? I can't multitask, guys. I'm sorry. Let's try it from a different angle. Let's see what it looks like back here. But you don't need some extravagant machines and whatnot to get started. I was more saying that to say that if you are going to spend the money on machines or nicer gym stuff, and you're going to use it, I never look at those types of big purchases as a negative one, because yes, they are expensive, even if you have to finance it. If you're going to use it and it's going to benefit your lifestyle, your health, or whatever you want, your community, if you have friends coming over, to work out, it's worth it. These types of things are 100% worth to dive into, if you can. So I'm not going to mess with the weight too much. So I think 45 is just a good base for me right now, just to kind of see where I'm at with this. But man, this is really, really good. Also, contrary to what people say, it is safe to lock your legs out under load if you can do it in the right way. All right, one more. Let's finish these strong. Oh man. Oh shit. Oh. All right. So as far as usage on a pendulum squat today, I think that's probably going to be it. That's a very demanding machine. As I try to shoot for 3 to 4 for working sets of compound movements. Like if I'm doing squats or bench or something, I like to make sure that that is the main. Like I'm putting a lot of effort into those movements. Could I have pushed a little bit more? Probably, but I do like to be a little more careful when it comes to newer movements, especially with a machine I'm not used to. But I think that was a really good first impression. And Temple of Gainz, man, you guys knocked it out of the park with that one. Next on to the seated leg curl, leg extension. Just gonna be doing leg extensions today. I do two leg sessions a week. So I like to just try to spread them out. Usually about 3 exercises each day. More quad focused one and then hamstring focused the other. But let's give this a shot. And really, this is gonna end up turning into a Temple of Gainz review because I do really like what those guys are doing over there. So let's give them their flowers if this is any good. I just don't want to apologize. I don't have the best camera angles going on in here, but I'm trying with what I got. So let's get that adjusted. So I did tinker with this thing a little bit when we first built it. And first impression wise, I don't know if it's because it uses an aluminum pulley system, which over like the regular nylon, I think it's nylon, or something along those lines, plastic, it moves a lot smoother. Again, I don't know if that's strictly because of the pulleys, or if it does that because Temple of Gainz just knows what they're doing. But first impressions the other day, I didn't do too much with it, just kind of did a few movements just to see. But we're gonna actually push this one and let's see where we get to. I don't know how long that was muted for. Hopefully it wasn't muted too long. I apologize if I'm just talking to myself. So I like to kind of sit a little weird in here to try to stretch out as much as I can. But let's just do a few of these. Kind of see where we're at. She might take these shoes off too. So I think they're going to end up getting in the way of the base a little bit. All right, I mean, first like actual working set, it felt pretty good. So let me take these shoes off. I'm not doing any major squats the rest of the day. Probably do some split squats. Not too sure though. Probably. I should. I definitely should. As I said before, guys, I don't want to come off like I know a lot of stuff. I'm not trying to tell you what works best for everybody, but I do what I can, what my body feels like, it can do. But, obviously I'm a big believer in pushing yourself to do more and, go into failure sometimes and whatnot. But, if you got body either disabilities or just, restrictive movements on stuff. Like, still do your best, try to branch out a little bit more and do more. But I'm just thankful I have what I have, and I'm able to continue having a hobby and doing what I love. And if you guys can watch and enjoy any of it, or just kind of see how some of this equipment works, so you can get some for yourself or something similar, that's pretty cool. So I wouldn't say that was much of a working set. So usually when I was going to Childress, their Cybex machine, it definitely wasn't as smooth as this one, and the weight on that, it felt a lot heavier than I think it really was. This I'm at, I think 170, 175, or 176, one of those two. But I can guarantee you this is not going to feel as heavy as like the 130 on the Cybex. I don't know if it's the way that the pulleys are, or maybe it is with these aluminum pulleys or something. But there's something about this, it feels so smooth. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think, yeah, I like to be a little bit forward, just so my legs can kind of stretch a little bit more. You don't have to do that. If you want to get more braced to the seat, that's perfectly fine too. I guess I watch too many YouTubers with the stretch, but it is nice. It's a good feeling. Honestly, I didn't really count too much in that. I think I lost count about quarter of the way through and just kind of went with it. Hopefully don't look too bad. Hey, what are you doing? Let's see. I think that's a pretty good angle for these movements, but I'll see if you can give you guys a better look. I'm sorry about the lighting in here too. I know it's not the greatest, but yes, I work with what I got. See if I can give you a full movement video here. Let's see how that looks. Oh man. So what do you guys have for dinner? I don't know if you guys can really see it, but I'm really on the way down. I might be going a little bit quicker than I mean to be, but I'm really trying to just focus the muscle as much as I can with every movement, pushing out, and oh god, I'm sure it might be either common knowledge or what, but I've always found that the slower you do your sets and you really just control the movement, and it just helps you so much better focus the muscle. So obviously anybody could just, rapid fire this stuff out, but if you go slower and just really just try to focus the muscle squeezes, your chest, your everything, it really pays off. It really does. So I highly suggest doing that if you don't already do that. But, and like I said, I'm sure it's common knowledge. In these types of situations, I think slower is better. But there is a time and place to go a little bit quicker too. So just don't be afraid to experiment. All right. So these ones, I think I'm gonna do one more set, one more good set. So sorry if this is like angled right at my nose. Bad angles here. But I'm gonna do one more set. I'm probably gonna go up a little bit in weight, probably around the 200 mark. I am in the process of getting a whiteboard in here so I can kind of track my numbers a little bit better. I've never been good at doing that kind of stuff. I just kind of go with it and just try to remember from the last time what I've been doing. And like I said, this is more fun for me. This is a hobby. I just love being out here and being able to work out. But I am trying to focus more on the nitty gritty things, like the numbers, and just try to control a little bit better. But yeah, let's do one more, probably around the 200. We'll try to shoot for the 10 to 12, and we'll finish these off really good. I'm sorry if you see more of my body. I know it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but somebody's gotta like it. I do. I kind of like it. Whew. All right. Oh man, my gigantic quads are in the way. Oh man. All right. So there are times I do like to do partials or something if I really feel like I had something left in the tank. I probably say there is a little bit more in the tank, but that pendulum squat took out a lot, or even just those few movements, few sets rather. But I'd say just as an overall first impressions of these machines, just understanding them a little bit more. I mean, how much different is a leg extension from any other leg extension? It's not like super different, but it's different enough. All right, guys. So honestly, this one is a pretty quick workout. I might do some split squats off camera. I don't really like recording split squats. It just feels weird because I have a hard time keeping my balance a lot, so I just kind of look weird doing it. But nothing crazy today. Just wanted to try these new machines out and to see how effective they are on the legs. And I can tell like just the feeling. These are going to be great. I do really enjoy these. I'm excited to use that for leg curls, and just do more with that pendulum squat. That's fun. It's really fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys get anything out of these videos, just you don't need all of this stuff to have a good workout. You don't need anything extravagant. Just get started. You just take those steps, okay? Just take steps, okay? And I believe in you all 30 of you. All right. I love you guys. Take care.